Testing 1 2. Testing. 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 Testing 1 2. Testing. All right, Lions fans, welcome in here to this 1 o'clock matchup between your Trinity Christian Lions and the Canyon Randall Raiders. We are at the beautiful Hodgetown, home of the Amarillo Sod Poodles, minor league affiliate of the Arizona Diamondbacks. For this afternoon game, we'll be at Amarillo High at 4 o'clock, so we'll hustle over there after this ball game. But this one we get to experience here at the beautiful Hodgetown Ballpark here in Amarillo. Go around the field a little bit here for your home Lions. Your battery is number 4, Casey Jones. On the bump, number 17, Colt Petty behind the plate. Round the horn, Jay Garcia at third base, Noah Hassey at short, Kyle Kettner at second, Brance Lecker at first. Right field, you've got Miguel Miggy Palomo, Cooper Young in center, and Deacon Hiley in left. Your DH today will be Rhett Hiley. Should be a good ball game here in a beautiful park as Canyon Randall comes in as a very talented 4A ball club here. So we're excited for this matchup as we experience our last weekend before district play. Warm-ups are finished and we're about ready for pitch one. Somebody give me a thumbs up if my sound is good. We had some sound issues at the end of the ball game last night. The softball game is your Lady Lions beat Hermely 16-4 last night. Now here we are at this ball game. Casey's ready to go. First pitch down for ball one. So got a couple live streamers there. Let me know if it's working. Just give me a quick thumbs up. Here's the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Get on the YouTube, see if my sound's fine, please. Here's a 2-0. That one across for strike one. Here we go. 2-1 count. That one misses high. 3-1. Here's the 3-1 outside. So leadoff walk there to get the game started. Courtesy runner out here at first base. Be number 8, it looks like. Running there at first base. 13, Bush steps up to the plate here. No outs. Runner on first base here in the top of the first. He squares a bunt. There's the bunt. That's going to be a fair ball. Tough play. No play to be made. A little bit of miscommunication there between Kaysen and Colt. And so we get a bunt for a hit. So the Raiders quickly have runners on first and second here with no outs. So 3-hole Ireland steps to the plate for the Raiders. Kaysen's going to get a quick mound visit. Again, one of the only teams around that is not regularly using a pitch-comm system, so still see the occasional mound visit from the Lions. We're ready to go here. Runners on first and second, no outs. Here's a pitch, bunt. beautifully down third baseline. There's going to be no play there again. So 2 bunt for hits out of the 2 and 3 hole from the Raiders. And we got bases loaded for the DH, number 25, Flanagan. 7 to the plate. Here's a pitch. That one swung on, foul back, strike 1. Wind blowing in from left today in the ballpark. Dimensions, you got 325 down the lines, short porch, a little bit shorter porch, that is, in right. Probably 10-foot fence in left. 400 dead center with a monster. So big ballpark here. Ball misses outside, ball 1. Got an interesting little jut out there in right center, right by the flags, where it goes pretty flat down the right field line and then juts out. Left field, a little more traditional bend. So a little bigger in the left center gap than right center gap. Here's a 1-1. Swung on, foul back. Kaysen quickly ahead, 1-2. A little pick over to third, back in there safely. Here's a pitch. That one low, blocked up by Colt. 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one hit down the right field line and foul, as there is no foul territory down that right field line. And that ball hits off the pole, so we'll do it again here at 2-2. Pick over to first. Brant's not there at the bag. We're ready to do it again. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3, and out number 1 there from Kaysen. Now double play ball gets you out of the inning, so big first out from Kaysen Jones. So that brings up Kaysen Kalk, number 12, to the plate with bases loaded. 1 out here in the top of the first. Here's a pitch. That one popped up. That's going to be an infield fly rule as Noah comes in and Kaysen makes the play right on top of the mound for out number 2. So now 1 pitch away from getting out of this thing with no damage after 3 early base runners. Now 2 outs, bases loaded, and the Lions 1 defensive play away. Brings up 6-hole Brian to the plate here in the top of the first. Here's a pitch. That one in there for strike 1. That one hit hard out to center. Cooper goes back, keeps going back, and makes the play for out number 3. So that will do it. Your Lions get out of it with no runs on 2 hits and no errors. We'll be right back in the Lions half of the first. Welcome back to the bottom of the first. Deacon Hiley to lead it off. Takes first pitch down for ball 1. Deacon fouls that one back over the bleachers here on the first base side, drawing the count to 1-1. That one called strike on the inside half, drawing the count to 1-2. Here's a pitch. Deacon hits that one hard towards third baseman. He's up with it. The play across for out number 1. So that brings up Rhett to the plate here in the bottom of the first. First pitch called strike on the inside half. Here's a pitch. Good curveball there. Swung on and missed. Rhett quickly down 0-2. That ball down in the dirt. Ball 1, 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That one down again. 2-2. Here's a pitch. That one fouled off towards Coach Rocha over there in third base box. Rhett stays alive. Count stays even at 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one hit up the middle. Shortstop not able to make the play, so infield single there by Rhett. Bringing up Miggy to the plate. Now with a runner on first and one out. Pitcher sets. Here's a pitch. Miggy first pitch swinging, fouls that one back for strike number one. As Lauren Ellison screams at that foul ball. Just kidding. That was a sound effect. Lauren is sitting beside us today, so expect her to get heckled all day long. Another quick pickoff move over there, right back in safely. Miggy back in. Here's the 0-1. Pitcher sets in the pitch. Outside and high. 1-1. Here's a 1-1. That ball misses up. 2-1. Here's a pitch. Outside. Miggy's worth the count to 3-1. Here's 3-1. Miggy hits that one out towards center. That's going to be tough. Shortstop's able to make the plate for out number 2. That'll bring up Kason Jones to the plate now. 2 outs. Runner on first base. Here's a pitch. Kason hits that one hard up the middle. Rhett's going to have to stop at second base. So now, after that base knock, Hudson Churchwell will come and courtesy run at first base for pitcher Kason Jones. Center fielder Cooper Young coming to the plate. So here we go. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Cooper Young coming to the plate for the first time today here in the bottom of the first. 0-0 ball game. Here's a pitch. Cooper first pitch swinging. That ball's going to keep fading down the right field line and get out of play for strike one. Your Lions have done a great job of scoring early so far this season, looking to continue that trend here today against 4A powerhouse Canyon Randall. So good test here for your Lions. As Cooper sets in, here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. Cooper quickly down 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Check swing there. Ball misses high. Ball 1. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That ball misses high. 2-2. Here's a 2-2. High, full count. So runners will be moving now as Cooper settles back in. The full count here in the bottom of the first. Here's a pitch. Cooper hits that one hard towards the third baseman. He's not going to be able to make the play there at third. So infield hit by Cooper Young as runners were moving on the pitch. We'll bring up Brant Slecker here with 2 outs and bases loaded. So opportunity here for Lions with 2 outs. Here's a pitch way outside, ball 1. Brant settles back in. Here's the 1-0. That one hit hard towards the second baseman. Under his glove. That'll score 1. Hudson around. And he's in there for the second run. Cooper is going to score on the throw. Brant is going to get thrown out at third base, but not before 3-run score on that error by the second baseman. So
I'll give him a hit.
it's fine. They give him a hit on the board, and so we're going to give him a hit as well. So we're going to go into the top of the second. Your Lions now leading it 3-0 on 4 hits. We'll be right back in the top of the second. All right, here we go. Here in the top of the second, your Lions now leading at 3-0. First pitch swinging, that ball lined out towards Deacon. He's going back, makes the play for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the second. That brings up 8-hole Tolliver to the plate. Just kidding. Probably got a DH here. No, it's not the DH. John Aguilera. I don't know where. He's playing center field. Strike 1. Well, nevertheless, number 5. Aguilera is up to the plate in the 8-hole for the Raiders. Grounds that ball foul. So Kaysen quickly up 0-2. Here's a pitch. That ball grounded towards Noah at short. He's up with it. Great play across the middle of the field by the sure-handed Noah Hassey for out number 2. That brings up 9-hole. Preciado to the plate. He's playing shortstop currently for the Raiders. Sorry, I'm trying to pause and let the announcers go over the big speaker. Kaysen on the outside half there for strike number 1. 0-1. Pitch. That ball grounded towards Jay at third, and it's by him. Deacon up with it. That'll be a double down the line here for the 9-hole. Preciado. That brings up number 9, the catcher, Pond, back up to the plate. He's 0 for 0 on the day. Walked first time up. Kaysen now dealing with him here in the top of the second with a runner on second base. 2 outs. Here's a pitch. That one across for strike 1. Good breaking ball there from Kaysen Jones on the outside half for the first strike of the at-bat. Oh, 0-1 pick over there at second base. Runner back in there safely. Kaysen sets. Here's the 0-1. That one in there for strike 2. Another great breaking ball from Kaysen. Freezes Pond. And now 0-2. He's going to settle back in here, and we'll see if Kaysen works his way out of that 2-out double. Here's a pitch. Runner goes. Fouled off. We'll keep it here at 0-2. Tell you what, if you haven't been out here to Hodgetown to catch a game, I would strongly suggest this. This park is beautiful. So check out the Sod Poodles schedule this year as baseball gets started after spring training, and you'll have some ball games out here. They're always very competitive as well. So here's the pitch. That ball fouled off again. We'll do it again here at 0-2. I believe they have won their league the last 2 years in a row, if I remember straight. But good competitive baseball. Minor league baseball is always a fun environment, and especially in a park like this. It is gorgeous. Quick 2-hour trip from home up here to Amarillo, catch a ball game right here in the middle of downtown. Here's another pick. Runner back in there safely. 0-2, 2 outs. Top of the second, your Lions leading it 3-0. Here's a pitch. That one over his head for ball 1. Here's the 1-2. Runner goes. That ball hit on a line out there to left center, out past Noah Hassey's outstretched arm for the first run of the ball game by Kane Randall. Good piece of 2-strike hitting there. Your Lions now leading it 3-1. Two-hole Bush up to the plate. 1 for 1 on the day with a bunt single last time up. Here's a pitch. That one across for strike one.
Courtesy runner at first base for the Raiders, number 8, Wyatt Tolliver.
Pickoff move over there. Runner back in safe. Here's the 0-1. That one popped up towards Kyle Kettner at second base. That'll do it. Randall scores 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. We'll be back. Your Lions leading it 3-1 in the bottom of the second. All right, so 7-8-9 up for your Lions. Colt Petty stepping to the plate here in the bottom of the second. Umpire making the pitcher wait a minute as he's trying to work really fast up there. Here we go. That's the second time he's told him about that. Colt, first pitch swinging, fouls that one off for strike one. Joshua Carricker doing a great job there as the bat boy. Moving fast across the dirt. Here's the 0-1, outside and low, 1-1. Here's 1-1. Hammered out into left center for a leadoff single by Colt Petty, staying hot. Brings up Noah Hassey to the plate for the first time today here in the bottom of the second. We'll get a courtesy runner over there at first base. Be David Carricker over there running for Colt Petty. No outs, runner on first base. Noah Hassey stepping to the plate. So Noah settles in there with David taking his lead at first. Here's a pitch. First pitch swinging, fouls that one back. 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Noah fouls that one back, quickly down 0-2. Here's the 0-2. Noah hits that one out into right center. That's going to get down for another single. So now, back-to-back singles. Brings up Kyle Kettner hitting in the 9-hole.
Now batting to the line, second baseman number 6, Kyle Kettner.
Runners on first and second, no outs. Interesting layout of the ballpark here. You have the inside the fence bullpens, kind of old school, even though it's a new ballpark. Pretty short here behind the plate for a major league park. Here's pitch. Kyle bunts that one beautifully down the first baseline. They're going to have a tough time getting over there. Kyle does a great job there.
How did
Moving those guys after back-to-back singles. Moves those guys over. Second and third.
Sorry.
Brings up Deacon back to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Batting with 1 out.
Sorry.
First pitch swinging, fouls that one back. For strike 1. So here we go. Here's the 0-1. Low. 1-1. Again, interesting layout. The dugouts are pretty close. So the on-deck circle is actually kind of where the coaches would typically stand of the dugout. I kind of like it. Long dugouts, really close. Here's a pitch. Deacon hits that one towards third, and it's booted by the third baseman. That's going to score 2 on that error by the third baseman. Deacon stops at first. So after that error by the third baseman, that brings up Rhett Hiley to the plate now with a 5-1 lead and 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Rhett 1 for 1 on the day. Now at the hitting in the 2-hole for the Lions. Here's a pitch. First pitch swinging, hits that one hard, but right at the center fielder for out number 2. So well struck ball there, but nothing to show for it as he hits that dead at the center fielder. Line drive with no movement even necessary. So loud contact there for Rhett, but nothing to show for it. Now with 2 outs, runner on first base. Miggy up to the plate. Deacon is picked off at first base as they caught him leaning there. So unfortunately, the Lions run themselves off there in the second, but not before taking the 5-1 lead heading into the top of third. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back here in the top of the third. First pitch misses outside for ball one. Lions leading at 5-1 here in the top of the third. Ball hit on the ground towards Noah at short. He's up with it and across for out number one. So that brings up, sorry, I forgot to wait. That brings up Flanagan to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging last time up. Now batting with one out and nobody on. Here's a pitch. Strike one. As Colt's finger protection pops off at that pitch. Kaysen gets ahead early here, 0-1. Here's a pitch. Outside, 1-1. Time called in the box. We'll reset here with a 1-1 count, 1 out. Kaysen currently at 34 pitches here working in the third. That breaking ball misses outside, 2-1. Here's a pitch. That curveball fouled back. 2-2. So we have a Coach Spiller lookalike coaching first base here for Randall. Had a double take there for a minute when he walked up. Here's a pitch. That one fouled back. He'll stay alive. Again, if you don't know, Coach Spiller, retired football coach for us, retired a couple years ago, led the Lions to several playoff runs. He's got a look-alike coaching first base. Here's a pitch. That ball hit out towards Cooper. He's retreating back. The wind blowing that ball down. And so it's not going to travel today. We've had a couple balls hit out there. Rhett's hit out there. A couple from Randall hit out there into the deepest part of this field and into the teeth of the wind. It's just not going to travel today. So that fly out equals 2 outs here in the top of the third. Cuck is 0 for 1 last time up. Grounded out, flew out to the pitcher. Takes that one for strike one down the middle. 0-1. Here's a pitch. Good breaking ball there. Just misses off the plate. Taking the count to 1-1. Here's 1-1. That ball all over the plate. Kaysen quickly ahead here, 1-2. Here's a 1-2. Just down. Good 1-2 pitch there, trying to induce a ground ball there. Cook doesn't chase. So now 2-2, 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's a pitch. That breaking ball by the diving Noah Hassey hit pretty hard for another hit for the Raiders. And now a runner on first base and 2 outs. We'll bring up Brian to the plate. He's 0 for 1 on the day with the fly out to the center fielder last time up. Braden Bryan. His parents didn't love teachers, and so they named their kid Braden Bryan, so it'd be really hard for teachers to get right all the time. So I don't actually know his parents. It'd be funny if they were both educators, but that's just harsh. Braden Bryan. After that pickoff move, here's the 0-0. That ball misses low and out. Ball 1. Here's a pitch. No, pickoff. He's back in there safely. I'll talk to Brad. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back off the net. 1-1. So, as Deborah Kettner has the great idea of having an organ at the baseball field. I love it. I think I heard Brad Ellison behind me say, if you can fund it, I will play it. But I don't know if that's accurate. 1-2 count, 2 outs now after that foul ball. Runner's still at first base. Here's the 1-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. So that'll do it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. Your Lions leading at 5-1 going to the bottom of the 3rd. All right, welcome back here in the Lions half of the 3rd. 3-4-5 up. Miguel Miggy Palomo to lead us off. Takes ball up for ball 1. Here's a 1-0. Miggy swinging. Flies that one up to the second baseman. Right fielder, little confused. Second baseman able to make the play. So Miggy, with the sigh as he hit it, knows he wants that one back. That brings up Kason Jones to the plate, 1 for 1 on the day. Mal batting with 1 out. Nobody on. Here's a pitch. That one low, ball 1. Here's a pitch. That one inside and up. 2-0. Here's a pitch. That one called strike. That breaking ball gets across there. Now 2-1. The pitch bounces in there. Kason now 3-1 here in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's a pitch. Misses down for ball 4. So Kaysen will walk to first base, and then Hudson Churchwell will courtesy run for him now with 1 out. Runner on first base.
Now batting center fielder number 7, Cooper Young.
Cooper stepping to the plate, 1 for 1 on the day. Now stepping to the plate for the second time. Pickoff move. Hudson back in there safely.
Chicken.
Here's a pitch. Cooper hammers that one out into right center, but the wind's going to hold it up, but not enough, and they can't get to it. That's going to be extra bases. Hudson around. He's going to head home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Hudson doesn't get a great turn there and is thrown out at home on that double by Cooper Young. So looked like Hudson slowed up a little bit coming in at third base. Not sure if he didn't get the go sign or the hold sign early enough. Coach Roach is going to talk about giving access to the plate, which is a rule in the high school world. He quickly turned away by the home plate umpire there. And now Cooper Young going to be running at second base after that hard double into the right center gap with Brantz Lecker stepping to the plate. Brantz 1 for 1 on the day.
Now batting first baseman number 22, Brantz Lecker.
Now batting with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Here's a pitch. Outside and up. Ball 1. Here's a pitch. That one grounded out towards the first baseman. He's going to take it himself for out number 3. So that'll do it for the Lions. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. We'll be back in the 4th right after this. Welcome back. As you hear a little Miley Cyrus playing, apparently Brad Ellison is famous enough here that he's able to make song requests. And so that song goes out to Brad Ellison. First pitch, strike on the inside half. I wish you guys could have seen him dancing, but he was moving his hips like, yeah. That ball inside, ball 1. One and 1. Here's a pitch. That one on the inside half. Good pitch there from Kaysen. Lefty wanted nothing to do with it. 1-2. The pitch. That one grounded out towards Casey. He's going to take it himself. Good job there, Casey Jones, for out number 1. It's Colt Petty making sure Cooper keeps his legs loose there. Throws that one out into left center as Cooper and Deacon were doing their one-out routine. Deacon pretends like he doesn't see it so that Cooper has to run over there. Get it? Now with 1 out, 8-hole Aguilera come to the plate, 0 for 1 on the date. Takes first pitch outside, ball 1. Here's the pitch. That one in there for strike 1, 1-1. Here's 1-1. That one grounded out towards Jay at third. Bounces in front of him, and then he throws it away. Runner's in a dig around second and stop there after that error by Jay Garcia. So now runner on second base. 1 out here for the 9-hole.
Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Braylon Preciado.
Preciado, 1 for 1 on the day. I'm guessing we're saying that name wrong, as all the Randall fans are yelling it and laughing. So here's the pitch. That one grounded towards Kyle Kettner at second base. He's up with it for out number 2. So that'll bring up the leadoff to the plate here. 1 for 1 on the day with the hit last time up. And a quick mound visit from Coach McDonald. All right, so here we are with 2 out, runner on third. First pitch strike on the outside half there. Here's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Here's the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Just outside, 2-1. Kaysen sets, time called in the box. Here's a pitch. That one misses low, 3-1. Here's a 3-1. That ball hit hard towards Kyle, but he's up with it. That'll do it here in the top of the fourth. Your Lions leading at 5-1 going into their half of the fourth. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here. Colt Petty now 2 for 2. He smokes both balls really hard there. So now with the leadoff single by Colt Petty. Here in the bottom of the fourth, that's the second time he's done that this game. David Carricker will run for him at first base again.
Now back to the line, shortstop number 2, Noah Hassan.
Noah Hassey stepping the plate now. Runner on first, no outs. He hits out, and that's another single. Colt's going to be able to round, or David, running. Round and head to third, and that throw is going to be late. Noah reads it going across the infield, and so he's able to cruise into second base there. Now with no outs and runners on second and third. Kyle Kettner stepping the plate here with runners on second and third. Takes first ball up for ball one. Here's the pitch. Kyle grounds out one. That's going to be a single. That's going to score 2. So the bottom of the lineup still doing it for the Lions. He's going to dig for second. And the throw gets away from the second baseman. And Kyle runs to third. And is thrown out at third, unfortunately. As I think it took Kyle a little off guard there that the throw got away from the second baseman. But good job by the right fielder backing that up. And he's able to make the throw across for out number 1. So 2 runs across there. And now Deacon comes up with nobody on and 1 out. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. That's the 10th hit of the game so far here in the fourth by the Lions. Here's the pitch. Deacon takes that one on the inside half for strike one. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Deacon hammers that one through the short third gap. So that is 4 hits in a row here for the Lions in the fourth. Now with runner on first base and Rhett Hiley stepping to the plate.
Lions designated hitter number 5, Rhett Hiley.
Rhett hammered the ball to dead center last time up, right into the teeth of the wind. Center fielder didn't even have to move to catch the line drive. So looking to find some green here in this third at-bat, and takes that one outside and low, ball 1. Again, Deacon at first base will be very aggressive on the base path if Rhett can find some green space. Last time got picked off first base, so trying to make sure that doesn't happen again. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 2. Here's a pitch. Deacon goes. Rhett swings and misses. And Deacon is thrown out at second base for out number 2 of the inning. We've got a lefty up in the bullpen for Randall, but they're going to have somebody protecting the catcher down there since the bullpens are inside the fence line here. They're going to make him run back and get a helmet, I'm sure. Surely. Looks like they're going to pretend like they don't see it. So Rhett settles back in here now with 2 outs. 2-1 count. Here's a pitch. Rhett hits that one on the ground towards third. Ball across. That'll do it. Your Lions now leading at 7-1. They score 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. We'll be back in the top of the 5th. All right, so here we go in the top of the 5th. Cason's ready to go and throws first pitch strike to 2-hole Bush. 2-3-4 up for the Raiders. Here's a pitch. That one popped up and behind the dugout here down the left field line. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, foul back. Good pitch there by Cason. As Bush just barely able to hold on to that breaking ball.
I just thought of that right now. Gosh, man.
That one inside. 1-2. That one misses inside. 2-2. So after 2 really inside pitches, we'll see what Cason decides to go back here with the 2-2. Here's a pitch. That curveball swung on and missed for another strikeout by Cason Jones. That'll give us 1 out here in the top of the 5th. 3-hole, Ireland 7 to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. Had a bunt single in the first, then grounded out to the shortstop. Last time up. Here, facing Cason for the 3rd time, and he's first pitch swinging. Hits that one into deep left center. Cooper able to slide and cut it off, and we'll have a play at second, but he's in there. Great job out in the outfield by Cooper Young. That ball just hit too hard. Now runner on second base and 1 out here in the top of the 5th. Brings up the 4-hole Flanagan. He's 0 for 2 on the day.
The Raiders designated hitter number 25, Diego Flanagan.
Here's a pitch. Misses just outside, ball 1. Randall now with a righty up in the pen, throwing with the lefty that was there earlier. So they'll have some decisions to make. As that 1-0 pitch misses the top of Flanagan's head, he's now had 2-0. Flanagan, Diego Flanagan, man, he might look like a tight end, but he's got a baseball player's name, Diego Flanagan. Here's a 2-0. Swung on and foul back. 2-1. Cason sets. Here's a 2-1. That one swung on, foul back. 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one grounded towards Kettner at second. He's up with it and across for out number 2. So runner advances to third, but the Lions get the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up 5-hole Cup to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Now hitting with 2 outs and a runner on third. Here's a pitch. That one in there for strike one. In the bottom part of the zone on the outside, that's a great pitch to throw for strike one. 0-1 count, 2 outs, runner on third base. Here in the top of the fifth, your Lions leading at 7-1. Time called in the box. Here's a pitch. That one misses high for ball one. 1-1. Here's a 1-1. That one misses down. 2-1. Here's a pitch. Strike two. 2-2. I believe that was probably a makeup call from the one before that was a strike. So that one misses a little outside, but called strike. So we do it all the same here, 2-2. Here's the pitch. That one grounded towards Kyle at second. He's up with it and makes a play for out number 3. So that'll do it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. We'll be right back in the Lions half of the fifth. So new pitcher now. Randall, as Miggy pops that one up. Shortstop can't see it. That's going to fall in for a single. No, Miggy, get back. No, Miggy. Oh, hits him. Oh, Miggy now goes. Okay. Well, we had quite the little circus there for a minute. So new pitcher is number 23, Persado. Shortstop. So as that ball falls in, as the shortstop loses it in the sun, Miggy squares around first a little too much, throw comes back and hits him and gets away, and Miggy's able to get all the way over there to second. So now Kason Jones comes to the plate with a runner on second and no outs here in the bottom of the fifth. So we got Kyle Kettner down there in the bullpen warming up a little bit. Here's a pitch. That ball misses. Oh my word, called strike. 1-1. As that ball even fools the umpire. Straight into calling a strike. Pitcher sets. Miggy gets his lead. Here's a pitch. Kason hits that one on the ground really hard at the shortstop, and he throws it up high the first baseman, but he comes down onto the bag just in time to get Kason for out number one. So Miggy has to maintain his position at second base, and that'll bring up Cooper Young now with a runner on second base and one out.
Now batting center field, number 7, Cooper Young.
Here's a pitch. Low and outside for ball one. Cooper 2 for 2 on the day with two extremely hard hit balls, looking to keep it going here in the middle of your Lions lineup. Here's a pitch. Cooper takes that breaking ball across for strike one. 1-1. Here's a 1-1. That one misses outside. 2-1. Cooper swings, fouls that one back out of play. Drawing the count to 2-2. Here's a 2-2. That one hits him. So first two runners on, or two out of the first three runners on here for the Lions. Now runners on first and second brings up Brantz Lecker to the plate. Brantz 1 for 2 on the day. Now batting here in the bottom of the fifth. Two runners on and one out.
Now batting for the Lions, first baseman number 22, Brantz Lecker.
First pitch swing in, strike one. Here's the 0-1, way outside, 1-1. Here's 1-1, outside, 2-1. Here's a 2-1. That one in there for strike 2. 2-2. Pitcher sets. Here's a 2-2. Brant hits that one foul down the right field line. We'll keep it right here at 2-2. Brant hits that one fair down the right field line. That's going to get underneath. He tries to call dead ball, but that is not a dead ball. It is secured down there and bounces out. So RBI double by Brant Slecker. Now with runners on second and third, and Colt Petty coming to the plate.
Score 3 more, Colt.
Lions now leading at 9-1. Colt Petty 2 for 2 on the day, looking to stay hot. Oh, they only scored 1, yeah. Yeah, it's 8-1. Sorry, the board is wrong. The pitch, Colt takes that one for strike 2, quickly down 0-2. So your Lions leading at 8-1. Outfield board is incorrect. Time called in the box. So again, runners on second and third, 1 out. 0-2 count here to Colt Petty. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that'll give us 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Noah Hassey stepping to the plate. Here's a pitch. Noah swings, half swing at that one for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. That one hit through the gap in right. That's going to score 1. Brant's coming around. The throw is not in time. That's a 2 RBI single for Noah Hassey, and your Lions now leading at 10-1. So 14th hit on the day for the Lions. Great swing there by Noah Hassey, smoking that ball through the right side. Brings up Kyle Kettner to the plate, 1 for 1 on the day. The pickoff move, Noah back in there safely. Pitcher sets, here's the pitch. That one called strike 1. Oh, 1. Noah picked off first base. Second early pickoff of a runner for your Lions. Not before they take the lead. We now lead at 10-1, 3 runs on 3 hits and 1 error here in the 5th. We'll see you in the top of the 6th. We'll be right back. 6, 7, 8 up here for Randall, now trailing 1-10 in the top of the 6th.
Wow, Caden Nickelberry.
We've got a pinch hitter here for Brian. This is number 18, Nickelberry, coming to the plate for the first time today, hitting from the left side. Kason Jones still working on the mound for your Lions. Takes first pitch inside, ball 1. Same pitch swinging, now 1-1. Ball misses down. 2-1. And the pitch. Grounded down the first baseline. 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That one hits him. So Kason loses him there. We got a leadoff base runner. Brings up number 10, Trevino, hitting in the 7th hole. He's 0 for 2 on the day. He's got a line out to left and a ground out to the pitcher. So far now facing for the 3rd time today. So it looks like we might have a re-enter to run since Nickelberry got hit in the foot. Coach asks if he's good. Looks like he's going to stick in the game. So no outs. Runner on first base. Number 10, Trevino, stepping to the plate. Not real sure what we're needing to write down. But whatever it was, we got it written. And we head back there to deal with Trevino here with no outs. Here's a pitch. That one in there for strike 1. Here's a pitch. Up and away, 1-1. Here's a pitch. That one on the inside half for strike 2. 1-2. Here's the 1-2. That one grounded out towards Kyle at second, only able to make the play at first as that was a high hopper there. And so first out is made at first base. So now runner on second with 1 out. And 8-hole Aguilera coming to the plate. Aguilera apparently has some fans in the crowd. 0 for 2 on the day. Now with a runner at second base, dealing with Kason for the 3rd time today. Here's a pitch. First pitch swinging, popped up to Miggy in right. Runner is going to tag. He's not going to go. Oh, and Noah. Great throw by Miggy straight to Noah. And the runner just off second base. And we tag him out. So great defensive play there by Miggy and Noah to get 3rd out of the inning. So after 5.5, your Lions leading it 10-1. We'll be right back. 9-1-2 up for the Lions. Anyone knows who bag this would be? It was found here at the ballpark, as we have 3 baseball girlfriends that have made the trip, but only one is wearing her boyfriend's button on her Lululemon bag. So if anybody can claim this bag, anybody that would have a button of Jace Ayler on her bag, please join us behind home plate. So here we are in the Lions half of the 6th. They're leading at 10-1. We'll have a pinch hitter here. Hitting in the 9 hole for Kyle Kettner will be number 15, Bo Connor. So as soon as we get the lineup card arranged here between the home plate umpire and the Randall coaching staff, we'll have Bo coming to the plate here. Looks like we're just about ready to go. And get the notebook in the pocket. And Bo will step in for his first at-bat of the day. Again, pinch hitting for Kyle Kettner here in the 6th.
Leading off for the Lions, number 15, Bo Connor.
Bo first pitch swing and pops that one up over the pitcher, and he drops it. So that'll be an infield hit by Bo Connor. First pitch swinging, kind of hits it off the end there. Pitcher trying to make a great play there off the mound, just not quite able to make it. So we'll go back to the top of the lineup. Deacon here stepping in for the 4th time today. Here's a pitch. First pitch swing in. Kind of a swinging bunt there. Pitcher up with it and makes the play. Good play there by the pitcher as Deacon first pitch swinging and just doesn't catch enough of it. And here we have Jay Garcia hitting for himself. So Jay will hit for himself here in the 6th with 1 out and a runner on second base. First pitch, strike. Second pitch, up high. Taking the count to 1-1. Here's a 1-1. Misses low, 2-1. That one in there for strike 2. Even the count, 2-2 here with 1 out and runner on second base. Here's a pitch. That one behind him would have hit Rhett, but Jay's a little bit skinnier. So misses behind his leg. Now full count. Pickoff over there, second, thrown into center field. Bo's not able to advance with the center fielder on it quickly. So here we go again, full count, 1 out. Here's a pitch. Jay hits that one out to first base for out number 2. So Miggy steps to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs and a runner on second base. Representing the winning run. That would be the 10-run rule. If Miggy's somehow able to score Bo here. Here's a pitch. Miggy takes that one on the outside half for strike 1. Bo, a big boy out there at second. Don't let it fool you. He's got plenty of speed to score here. So anything Miggy gets behind, down the line, or in the gap, likely to score Bo and end this ballgame. Pickoff move, Bo back in there, no problem. Here's the 1-0, or 0-1, And the pitch. That one outside, 1-1. Here's a pitch. Miggy fouls that one back. Now 2-2. 1-2, Here's a 1-2. Way outside, 2-2. And the pitch hits him. So that brings up Kason Jones now with runners on first and second and 2 outs. Again, Miggy encouraged by the coaching staff there to be careful as his run doesn't matter. Only the runner at second base matters to win the ball game here. Kason Jones stepping to the plate. And the pitch inside. One and up. And the pitch outside, 2-0. The pitch swung on and missed. 2-1. Here's 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Here's a pitch. That one hammered in the gap. Bo's in around. There's going to be a play at the plate. And Bo. He can't block the plate. So we're going to get a discussion here as the plate was completely blocked. And Bo slides into him. as that should be the end of the ball game. So we're going to have a discussion here. The umpire is dead wrong right here, as that plate was completely covered up, and that is not legal in high school baseball. You have to give a path to the plate. And so that ball is knocked out, but the plate was completely covered, and so Bo had nothing else to do. He slid just like he was supposed to. And so we're going to have a discussion here. And we have a totally missed call there. But your Lions still leading at 10-1, now going into the top of the 7th. As they're going to kind of let them know about it a little bit here. And rightfully so, as the plate was completely covered, and then Bo continued to slide, and the ball came out. So Bo should have been safe twice, but called out, and the umpires refused to overturn it. So they will live in their error there in the bottom of the 6th. We'll be right back in the top of the 7th. Your Lions trying to finish it off with Kyle Kettner now on the mound and Kason Jones at second base.
Efficiently.
So here we go. Kyle Kettner now on the mound. Again, your Lions leading at 10-1 here in the 7th. 9-1-2 up for the Raiders. I don't know what he was calling. Like, I have no clue how he makes that call. And he blocked the plate, so he literally should have been safe twice, and he calls him out. Like, there's no transition. He's not throwing the ball. So it can't pop out. I don't know. 1-0. Second ball hit out straight to Cooper Young for out number 1. So 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Here's a pitch. Called strike on the inside half. 0-1. And the pitch. That one over his head. Ball 2. That one over the batter again. 2-1. And the pitch. Swung on, hit foul. 2-2. Kyle now at 6 pitches, which is normally his inning total. Randall making him work a little bit here. 2-2 count, 1 out, nobody on. And the pitch. That one fouled back. It's a leadoff pond here in the top of the 7th. Kyle able to get the 9-hole to fly out to center. So now working with a 2-2 count here and 1 out. That ball misses low. Now full count. The pitch. Kyle walks him. Brings up a pinch hitter, Cellular, to the plate. So we get our courtesy runner over there for the catcher, Pond, at first base. Kyle probably intentionally walking that guy so that he can set up the 2-ball just for fun. As Brantz needs to hold him on. Not sure what we're doing here. He goes. Now the double play ball not in play, as Brantz decides not to hold him on with nobody in front of him. That ball's across for a strike, so now the 0-1 count, runner on second base. And the pitch. That one hits him. Kyle had to do that after Brantz didn't hold the runner on first. He took second to reestablish his double play ball. So just know Kyle had to do what he had to do. He meant no harm of it. Brings up the 3-hole Ireland. And the pitch. Runner goes. Ball popped up to center field. This might be an untraditional double play as he makes the throw to second. Just misses him. For out number 2. Bang bang play there at second base, but called safe. Now 2 outs. Tag is missed there by Noah, as the runner was going to be out. Noah goes just behind the bag a little bit there, not able to reach and make the tag. And the pitch. That one's across for strike 1, 0-1. Here's a pitch. That one across for strike 2, 0-2. Now ahead 0-2 here with 2 outs. 1 pitch gets us out of this ball game. Here's a pitch. Instead, Kyle hits him. Loads the bases. Kyle did that just so he could have a force at any bag. So he means no harm by it, but Kyle just playing the game. So Count comes to the plate. 1 for 3 on the day. Force at any bag to end the ball game here with 2 outs. First pitch swing and fouled back for strike 1. As Brad Ellison has rejoined us from the concession stand after refusing to offer to buy me anything. Yeah, it was on mute. It was on mute when you asked. Here's the 0-1. 2 outs. And bases loaded. That one across for strike 2. Kyle quickly ahead 0-2. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. That'll do it for out number 3. Your Lions win it. 10 runs on 16 hits. They beat number 11, I believe, in the state in 4A, Canyon Randall, 10-1 here at Hodgetown. We'll be right back at 4 o'clock, so we'll hustle over to Amarillo High for our last game of the tournament against Pampa. Hope you join us.